Hello. George just looked at me like, come here, George. Do you want to say hi while we're waiting for everyone to get on here? Let me close this door. I'm out here on my deck, and I've been working out here all day because it feels amazing today in southern Indiana. But let me show you what my dogs do the whole time I work. Sophie sleeps on the lounger. Luna's over there sleeping. And then George stays right next to me. He might lay down, but he's kind of always right next to his mommy. So before I get into today's topic, if you're on here, say hello. Tell me what you're up to. I have been going at it all day for the most part. I did take my morning run and my morning walk, but I still need to do my gratitude list and my affirmations, which I usually do in the morning. But I got off of routine the last couple of days. So when I finish this Facebook Live, I'm actually going to go do that and do my meditation and give myself a little reprieve and a little break because I have really busted some butt today. So tell me how you're feeling today. What is today? Today's Wednesday. I loved our little Wednesday post, a little happy dance, and it's hump day, and all of us are, I don't know why that says I'm going live on StreamYard. That drives me crazy. I'm going live on StreamYard. I don't know why it says that. It is so that I can go live in 3 different places. So I'm live here in the She Finds Joy group. I'm live on the Strobel Education Facebook page, and I'm live on my YouTube channel. And just so y'all know, I dressed up for this today. It's my usual attire as I work right now. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit in a minute when we give it a couple more minutes, because I'm supposed to really not start to teach the content until 5 minutes in, because for some reason with Facebook algorithms, it takes 5 minutes to let everybody know she's live. So I have been doing a pretty good job. I've been eating my watermelon today. And look, I've got my essential oil that's going to help me calm down in a little bit because I've been in such a strong work mode today. This is cedarwood. I love all woodsy outside smells. And so this is going to make me, look at me putting my oils on. This is going to make me feel a little more grounded so that I can, after I finish this Facebook Live, it smells so good. I can settle down and do my meditation, do my affirmations, and do my gratitude. So, hey, Cheryl. Hey, Tiffany, Kaylin, Allison. I see you all. So, one of the things that I have been thinking about today, so when I exercise, I get, I swear the Holy Spirit talks to me when I exercise. And I'm a big believer in manifesting, which means that you use your thoughts and you streamline your thoughts and your energy towards what you want in life more so than what you're afraid to get in life, and that you actually have this ability to work with universal energy and really create what maybe at one time felt like the impossible for your life. And so I teach a lot of this in my 90-day course. It's really about the law of attraction and how do we create more abundance in everything that we do, from exceptional relationships that we want to have to great experiences that we want to give our children and our family, to anything from what kind of car you want to drive, what kind of home you want to live in, how you want to feel in your everyday life. And so for the last 20 years, I've really worked hard to streamline my thoughts and tap into the law of attraction in order to really change my life. Okay, my dog George is acting crazy. What do you see down there, George? That's Sophie. It's okay. She's not going to get anything. And so a lot of the work that I do with people is really mindset work, because so many of us are kind of in that scarcity mindset, right? But whenever I manifest, I feel like I spend a lot of time in my imagination, because that's the trick, is what do you spend the most of your time visualizing in your mind? Because whatever you focus on grows. And so if you spend a lot of your time thinking about the lack of in your life, you're going to get more of the lack of. And if you spend time envisioning what you want out of your life and how big your life can get, then you will get more of that. And so when I run, I think that's when I spend most of my time visualizing. And I always tell people, and some of you have heard this story before, but 3 years before I started my business, I didn't know how I was going to become known. I certainly didn't know how I would become a nationally recognized speaker. I didn't know how I would get schools to hire me. But every run that I took for those 2 or 3 years, like I saw myself on the stage, I saw the people in the crowd, I saw people being able to change their lives. And like I felt that in my heart at a very deep level. And I think that was a big part of me being able to manifest that so quickly in my life. It's how I went from an unknown to a nationally recognized speaker in less than a year, which usually that takes 10 years plus time. And so there is this like magical energy that we can use to create our life. And so this morning when I was working out, I was thinking about this in regards to my son, Spencer. So he's 20 and he is a super great kid, but he pretty much knows everything that any 90-year-old would know. Like, he thinks that he knows absolutely everything about everything, and there's nothing that his mama has to teach him anymore. And so one of the things, because you have to parent your kid even when they're 20, but one of the things I've talked to him about before is that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so when you think about that, if you spend your time with people who are better than you, then what that's going to do is that's going to make you better. But if you spend your time with lazy people with no ambition and no initiative or whatever it might be, right? Or maybe they're negative, then that will feed more of that into your life. And so I think one of the ways that I have been able to elevate my own life is because I've joined group coaching programs and I am around badass women who are like rocking this world, and just being around them and being in that energy space, I think kind of changes my belief system on what I think is possible for my life. So let me give you an example of that. I joined a business coaching program. It was 1 year, $30,000. And the coaching program itself was lacking, especially the last 6 months. But the biggest thing that group coaching program did for me is it exposed me to other female business owners who raised the ceiling on what I thought was possible for my life. Okay. And so here's the way our thoughts work. So we have these thoughts, right? We have 70,000 thoughts floating around in our head every day. And what we know is whatever thoughts you have the most, those are the ones that become your beliefs that you hold about yourself. So if you are constantly thinking, I'm never going to be able to follow my passion, I'm never going to find a job that I really love, I'm never going to create an exceptional relationship with my partner, I'm never going to lose that weight, I will forever be overweight. Whatever you are constantly thinking about, okay, those thoughts are creating the belief that you have about yourself. And what we know is that the beliefs that a person holds about themselves are very, very powerful because those beliefs drive your actions. And those actions become your habits for life. And those habits become your reality. So your thoughts turn into your beliefs. Your beliefs turn into your actions. Your actions turn into your habits, and your habits turn into your reality. So, for example, I have a very strong belief that I am an athlete, okay? And so I am in a state of gratitude a lot of the time for what my body can do for me, right? And so I have a strong belief and I have these thoughts that feed that belief all of the time, right? Kim is a runner. Kim goes to spin class. Kim has exercised, you know, for the last however many years. And so those beliefs are so strong that I don't even have to think about my actions anymore. I just know that every day I'm going to take a run. It's just part of who I am. It's a habit. And the habit is my reality, which is I spend a lot of time exercising. Now, that's just one example, okay? But whatever that story is that you're telling yourself is creating a belief. And that belief then in turn is creating your life. And so some of us, we create on default because we aren't intentionally streaming energy to a certain place. So I'm going to give you another example of this. Whenever COVID hit, I went into fear. I went into fear / panic / we're going to do this. We're going to do all these things, right? Survival mode. And after about 3 weeks of being in that, I was like, wait a minute, Kim, you know that your thoughts are creating your reality. They might not be creating it today, but whatever you're focusing on the most is creating what you will be experiencing going forward, whether it be 1 month from now, 3 months from now, a year from now. So I decided about mid-March that I was going to reread one of my favorite books, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And I was going to really work on using universal intelligence, using energy, using the power of my subconscious mind, which really seeps down at a very deep level in your belief system. And that I was going to really work with that energy in a positive way. And that I didn't have all of the answers. I didn't know exactly how I was going to pivot the Strobel education business. I knew that most of my work for the summer comes in February, March, and April, right? Because usually I do like 28 keynotes in the month of August, and I knew nothing was coming in because of COVID. But I worked really hard for several months to coach myself. I did my affirmations like I always did, but I also did my affirmations before going to sleep. I sung them to myself because the research shows if you sing your affirmations right before you go to sleep, that you're planting those seeds in the garden and you're really working with those beliefs and that energy, and it's seeping at a very deep level. And so I was really proud of myself because I was really hardcore coaching myself to not go into the scarcity mindset, which was really easy to do. Like, oh my God, Strobel Ed's going to be done. I'm not going to make any money. What am I going to do? Like, I had to really coach myself, and I was really proud of how I coached myself. But about 2 weeks ago, I I went downhill because I have creatively worked so hard the last few months. And I've had some great ideas. Like, we launched the Happy Academy for Districts, right? Which was my way of saying, hey, let's take care of our educators all year long. Let's give them 2 little coaching lessons every month that I'm going to do around a topic that's going to help pivot their life. And so I came up with this great idea. And then I'm like, and part of the Happy Academy is going to be over 75 lessons that are ready to go for students. So we can teach students how to be good at life, not just good at school. And so I had this great brainchild that was birthed because I kept my mind in the positive possibility, optimistic realm. But about 2 weeks ago, I stuff was not coming in, right? I launched my virtual keynotes and I wasn't really getting any of those. And I launched the Happy Academy for districts and I didn't have any districts signing up. And then all of this stuff. And then what happens, folks? Well, I'll tell you what happens. In the last 3 days, I've had districts signing up for the Happy Academy. I opened up the Happy Academy for individuals, and every day in my inbox, I have teachers who are signing up so that they can be happiness coached by me throughout the school year so that we can really start to move the needle in their life. I booked a virtual keynote. I booked a school with virtual on-site training or virtual trauma training. I booked a Head Start with the Happiness Academy video library. I booked a virtual keynote for next Tuesday. Like all of a sudden this week, I keep calling my husband and I'm like, because he knows I've been really down for the last 2 weeks. I'm like, stop. I have another district that signed up for the Happy Academy. Like today, all day long, it's just like energy is moving, energy is moving. And I can't help but think that all the work I did on myself from the middle of March to about 2 weeks ago has been feeding that garden, right? And even though I started to plummet the last 2 weeks, because I was like, you know how hard it is to just work and work and work and not get the dopamine hit, not get the reward of like, this is going to work. It is going to pay off, right? And so I knew, and I've carved out space now to get back to my mindset work because I know that my thoughts are constantly creating my reality. And we're going to work a lot in the Happy Academy with that, with the teachers that are joining and the school districts, because really our mindset has so much to do with what we are able to create in our life. And when, in the fall, we're going to relaunch the 90-day program, my intense 90-day program, where I actually spend 3 whole modules teaching the law of attraction and how to become a manifester in your life. And we will be talking about pieces of that throughout the Happy Academy for teachers. And by the way, I just got somebody today that said, hey, will you do the Happy Academy for healthcare workers? And I said, yep, we're actually working on that right now. But my point of this story, folks, is that you have to take 100% responsibility for your life. You have to strategically place yourself among other people who are hitting it out of the ballpark if you want to increase whatever it is you're looking to increase in your life. Because what happens is when you surround yourself, I see it all the time in my 90-day program, the women who join that program, they get a huge benefit from one another because they are around other women who are all doing this work, okay? And so going back to the beginning of this video, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so in order to pivot your life, you probably do need to get coached. You do need to be around other people who are better than you. I have always loved to surround myself with people who are better than me. And I don't mean like they have to make more money than me or be more ambitious. Of course, I have some of those people in my life, but I have one friend who is like a way better listener than I am. So like that's the gift that she brings me. And I have another friend who is like super ambitious and has big ass gaudy goals. And so that's the gift that she brings to my life. But I purposely put myself in circles with women who are all leveling up in their life, because I know that when I'm in that energy space, that it starts to shift my thoughts. It starts to shift my beliefs. And when I can shift my thoughts and my beliefs, I can change my reality. And that's possible for all of us. It's possible for every single one of us. But here's the thing. It's not going to come if you don't get the new knowledge that you need. It's not going to come if you don't get the tools and the strategies. It's not going to come if you just tell yourself, I want my life to change. I want to create more abundance in my life. I want to create better relationships. I want to find more peace in my life. It's never going to come unless you do something different. And when you do something different, it means you take a risk, right? Like you have to take a risk, whether it's a risk of your time, it's a risk of taking somebody off, it's a risk spending your money. Like this shit doesn't come by just sitting back and doing the same thing. You have to do something to move the needle in your life. There has to be some kind of investment, an investment of your time, an investment of your energy, an investment of prioritizing your schedule, an investment of money. Like there has to be an investment, or otherwise you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And so, like I said, we just today, I sold the Happy Academy to a Head Start in Tennessee. I sold the Happy Academy to a school district in Kentucky. I have 2 other districts who are wanting to purchase the Happy Academy. I have a hospital who's interested in purchasing the Happy Academy. And so like all of the energy is really starting to filter through. Right. And I'm going to allow it to. I see where Mary says the Happy Academy for grandparents. Mary, almost everything that I'm teaching, the Happy Academy for teachers, I think is going to be really, truly applicable for everyone, because we're going to talk about specific things when it comes to our field, whether it be in healthcare or in education. But these are just life skills that I'm teaching. These are skills that nobody taught us. And I've had to learn on my own. And so I took the last 20 years and figured out how I can teach employees in the corporate world how to do this work and how to create their mindsets. But I have also created a space where I get to do this with women as well. And yeah, grandparents who are raising their grandchildren, Mary, I mean, your stress level has to be out, just very high. But we also know, Mary, that you and only you can take responsibility for your life. And so there's some skills there that you will need to learn in order to change your life, just like all of us. I mean, I'm still learning, right? I get popped up the side of the head constantly with new learnings. And, I'll be the first to tell you all, like I'm starting my meditation practice today. I have stunk it up for the last year and a half. I have negated my medication. That's what I should call it, my medication practice. I have a medication practice, but my meditation practice has gone out the door. Now, let me just tell you, if there's one person in this world who needs a meditation practice, it's Kim Strobel, whose blood flows through her veins so freaking fast that she moves fast, talks fast, thinks fast, acts fast. And so I am recommitting to that. I know what to do, but I haven't made it a priority, and it needs to be a priority in my life. So if you're watching this and you want to know about the Happy Academy, we do have some spots left, but I get so excited to open my inbox, you guys. We have some awesome people who are really ready to change the next 10 months of their life. And they're going to do the damn work, which really excites me. So if that is something that you're interested in joining, the early bird price goes away this week. It goes up to $79 a month for an individual next week. Right now it's at $37.50. So, but, again, you have to be the one who says, like, I'm ready to do things differently. I'm ready to actually take some massive action in my life. And you don't just have to be in a school setting. Like I said, I've got Head Start people in the Happy Academy. I have all different kinds of people that are related in some form or fashion to some type of education. And then, of course, there's those of us who just want to learn those skills as well. So just comment on here if you want to be one of the 40 who grabs their spot. Emily's watching. I just saw Emily pop up. Emily joined the Happy Academy. I think she joined this morning. And so here's what I say. I hope you're ready to change your life, Emily, because Kim Strobel is going to help you change it, because I know how to get results. I always say I'm not a cheerleader and I'm not going to blow fluff up your you-know-what. That's not who I am. I'm going to hardcore teach you and coach you so that you can actually start to get the results you're looking for in your life, because that's who I am at heart. I am a coach at heart. And what I want is I want people to quit just merely existing. I want people to quit settling in their life. I want people to reach for exceptional a lot of the time. And I mostly want women to understand that they have the power within them, that actually what that magic that they need is part of who they are. We just want to show you, or I want to show you how to bring it out. I want to show you how to start living your life from the inside out, not the outside in, but from the inside out. And so that's what's on Kim Strobel's mind today. And I see now some of you are, I'm looking to see who's all in here. Hi, Gretchen. I saw that you sent your girls off to school. I saw their back to school picture. We don't get to do back to school front porch pictures anymore. Oh, I should have had another baby. But then I would have never been able to launch this business, because let me tell you, I don't got time for any 4 or 5-year-olds running around here on a daily basis. But all right, I'm out of here. I just speak truth. I just do real talk, you guys. You get real talk from me. Mwah.